Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Abigail English. In tonight's news, 80,000 Bonnaroo fans are in the area for the annual Music and Arts Festival. A new poll shows Senator Lamar Alexander with a commanding lead over his primary opponent. The Tennessee Highway Patrol has some advice about leaving children or pets in your vehicle during the summer months. Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell will bring us some tips about avoiding getting scammed, and will give you a driver's view of the track at the annual Soapbox Derby. We'll have those stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
When you're running late headed to that sporting event or horse show and hungry but need gas, you don't have to choose which to get. Just stop at any Quick Mart where gas prices are normal and the food is outstanding. Burgers, fries, salads, sub sandwiches, chicken strips, egg rolls, even pizza can be picked up while the gas is pumping. Stop by any Quick Mart today and not only save time, but enjoy some good cooking, southern hospitality, and prices you can live with.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
You can see it in his swag. You can see it in his swag. He a boss, you can see it in his swag. How we walk, how we talk.
A lot can change in 2 years, but not everything has to. With the Charter Price Guarantee, lock in low rates for 2 years, because sometimes it's nice to know what's on the road ahead.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Veterans Administration healthcare centers in Chattanooga, Nashville, and McMinnville have been marked for additional security as the department investigates allegations of patient neglect and fraud. The Tennessee Valley Healthcare System is the VA's division that operates hospitals or clinics in those locations. According to an audit released Monday, VA patients using the locations average waiting 71 days before seeing a doctor. All told, 112 VA hospitals out of a total of 731 nationwide have been flagged for additional oversight. Some Veterans Administration hospitals are accused of altering records to hide long patient delays and lack of care.
A recently released Vanderbilt poll reveals Tennessee Senator Lamar Alexander continues to hold a commanding lead over his primary opponent heading into the August election. The poll conducted by Vanderbilt University shows Alexander has a 64% favorability rating among potential GOP voters. That compares to a 20% rating for Rutherford County State Representative Joe Carr. The Tea Party-backed challenger continues to struggle in his bid to unseat the former governor, who he claims is not conservative enough. The Vanderbilt survey shows 55% of voters have never even heard of Carr. Alexander has vastly outraised Carr in campaign funding. The poll was conducted among likely Republican voters. The poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3.4%.
Nearly 54,000 Tennesseans have applied for the TennCare program in recent months, but the state has not increased its spending on the Medicaid-related health insurance efforts for the poor. Tennessee has rejected federal subsidies that would cover the cost of new enrollment. Analysts say the new enrollees are not part of a possible expansion through the Affordable Care Act, but rather are applicants who always qualified for TennCare but had not applied previously. The state will pay 30% of the cost of coverage, with the federal government paying the rest. Governor Bill Haslam's new budget doesn't increase the $3.3 billion allocated this past year. Volunteer efforts to sign up TennCare enrollees in connection with the federal health exchange program are being credited with a spike in applications.
The Tennessee Highway Patrol is urging motorists to take extra precautions as temperatures rise this summer and never leave children or pets in unattended vehicles. Preliminary reports indicate that 8 children have already died across the country this year due to heat stroke. None of these fatalities were in Tennessee. There were 44 heat stroke deaths involving children in the United States last year. Since 1998, the average number of children hypothermia-related fatalities is 38 per year. Additionally, during a 15-year period, research shows that 52% of child vehicular heat stroke cases were due to caregivers' neglect, and 29% were because children were playing in unattended vehicles. Experts say the temperature inside a car can reach potentially deadly levels within minutes on a typical sunny summer day. The inside temperature can rise almost 20 degrees within the first 10 minutes and nearly 30 degrees in 20 minutes. Cracking the window has little effect on inside vehicle temperatures. Only 20 states, including Tennessee, have laws that prohibit leaving a child unattended in a vehicle. Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment with more News Leader on 6.
Hi, I'm John Greenwood. Let me tell you a few of the ways our parts and service team is committed to keeping your vehicle in top condition. Factory trained, certified technicians and ASE certified who can service all makes and models. Everyday low price oil change of $29.95 with a free 16-point vehicle inspection for your convenience. Schedule your next service appointment at StanMcNabb.com. We'll get you in and out, back on the road with peace of mind. Stan McNabb Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, 1200 East Carroll, right here in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Don't risk losing the Social Security disability benefits you have earned. I'm Russell Hedges with Moore & Hedges, Attorneys at Law. I bring over 25 years of experience and dedication to your case. My Social Security team will walk you through the process. We can increase your chances of winning and maximize the benefits due to you. If we do not win, you will not owe us a fee. Call me, Russell Hedges, with Moore & Hedges, Attorneys at Law, for maximum returns and minimum concerns.
They say nothing's guaranteed about the future except death and taxes. Yeesh. Can we get something good on the list? Here's something. If for any reason you're not completely satisfied when you add a charter service, you get your money back. That's right. Try it for 30 days, be completely satisfied, or your money back. At Charter, we've been working to improve our service. Now we guarantee it. Try Charter. It's smarter.
Have you met your perfect match? It's here at Merle Norman. With over 190 shades, 13 formulas, and 4 finishes, we'll help you select the one that's just right for you. Ask for your free foundation check today. Merle Norman, made in the USA. Visit your nearest Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio for your personalized service.
Welcome back. The annual Bonnaroo Arts and Music Festival kicked off today. News Leader's Philip Scoggins brings us this video from the news conference held yesterday afternoon.
Well, it's June in Coffee County, and that means one thing. That's Bonnaroo. So it's Bonnaroo 2014. I'm here with Lonnie Norman and Mr. David Pennington. And gentlemen, well, first I wanted to ask, David, how many Bonnaroos is this for you?
Well, if you count 2002 all the way up, this will be the 13th one, won't it?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I've been to every one of them.
Oh,
I think the mayor has too.
I was going to say, Lonnie, how about you?
I've been to every one.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And we may be a little sloshy out here this year weather-wise, but that never has kept us down out here, has it, before?
It's never slowed up Bonnaroo at all. And I tell you something, if it'll just stay not raining for the next day or so, it'll dry right up.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, this little cloud coverage, this is...
Yeah, that's great. It sure is. Sure is.
If we could have it this way all weekend, we might be all right, I think.
I think so. I think so.
So, we all know what Bonnaroo does for the area and everything and how much it is. What stands out for you guys, both of you, what stands out as the biggest thing that Bonnaroo that you think is most positive?
Well, probably the most thing is just having Bonnaroo here and seeing the people have a good time, and it means a lot. It means a lot to me, and like I say, I've been here every time. I've never been in here and heard these kids are cursing, throwing paper on the ground and all that kind of stuff. I've never seen it.
Yeah. And everybody straightens up and flies right out here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you something, though. Bonnaroo has been a real partnership with Coffee County and Manchester. I mean, there are so many organizations that depend on them to come out here, and that's their one-time fundraiser. And that, like the ball teams, like the Chamber of Commerce. But we was talking earlier together. We just finished a study, and if you remember, Bonnaroo is a $50 million impact to this county.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Manchester,
That's right. That's right.
And Tullahoma, which is in this county.
Of course. Right. That's right.
But you think about just for the rural county side of it. Of course, this is located in the rural, but it is in Manchester's UGB. Right. And I'm scared every day that the mayor's going to snatch it up. But having Bonnaroo in Coffee County in the rural saves the rural taxpayers and Manchester taxpayers and Tullahoma taxpayers about 11 cents on their tax. If we didn't have it, we'd have to replace it with property tax. That's right. So it's
yeah.
And they do a lot of things that they don't have to do.
Right.
Far as I'm talking about financial, helping police departments and everything during this time of year. They real good neighbors.
And it's like you said, it's a great partnership. I mean,
Well, let me ask you this. I've had a lot of people, I've had to travel, and he does too. And once you say, they'll say, where are you from? I'll say, well, Manchester. I'm the Coffee County mayor. Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
I mean, what they've done, they have put Manchester and Coffee County on the map, something that we couldn't afford to have paid to get that kind of advertisement. That's right. And we got it free.
That's right. And again,
my daughter was in.
Go ahead.
My daughter was in California a couple of years ago. She's in California, then she went to Las Vegas.
Right.
She said they were sitting there in some place, and they were just talking, and just people in there said, "Where are you from?" She said, "Manchester, Tennessee." They said, "Bonnaroo."
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
If there's somebody don't know Bonnaroo, and Manchester, Tennessee, and Coffee County, I don't know where it is.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
I would like to see some of the people that live here in Coffee County that's never been on the grounds once they get up and going. I'd like to see them just come and ride through, let them ride them through, where they can really see what's going on.
Exactly. And as we said, every year it's a great year, and this year's going to be no different. Right. And this will be your last one as county mayor.
That's right.
But you'll still be here.
I'll still be here.
Well, and again, get over to Jiffy Burger too and get some of that.
That's right. Home of the only Bonnaroo burger.
That's right.
The only Bonnaroo burger, official
Bonnaroo burger. Well, gentlemen, to another great year at Bonnaroo. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Philip also spoke with Coffee County Emergency Management Director Alan Lendley on Monday afternoon about his agency's role during the Bonnaroo Festival.
I'm Philip Scoggins with Channel 6, and we're here with Alan Lendley, Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management for Coffee County. And Bonnaroo is days away, and there is a lot of work that you've been up to try and keep everybody safe from elements and all kinds of things. Can you tell us what it takes to get ready?
Sure. Well, we actually start this process way back in February, believe it or not. And we take an all hazards approach, weather, security, hazmat, just an all hazards approach. And we start working this planning process way back in February, and then start meeting with the Bonnaroo folks in mid-March to start the planning process for the upcoming year. So, and we're down to the wire now. So
how many people does it take to man everything?
Oh, well, just in our agencies, we bring on a lot of different volunteers for the event, especially our amateur radio communications folks. They'll be manning our operations center here on site at our operations center. and then we'll have actually we'll actually be on site with our command trailer behind me, and we'll have the 2 full-time employees that I have, plus we'll have some volunteers out there as well. We'll be doing hazardous materials checks, we'll be doing communications liaison with different agencies, but all in all there's 19 different agencies, state, local, and federal, that work the event.
Okay. Now, are you in charge of all those agencies, or is it a joint?
It's actually a joint effort. Our job is to coordinate all of those agencies and make sure that everybody has what they need. So that's kind of our role in all of it.
Okay. And so, have y'all ever had to really implement anything in the events, or is it?
Every event so far has went off without a hitch. I mean, everybody works well together. We've never had any major issues. You know, like I say, we've never had to implement any of our disaster type plans at the event, so which is a good thing.
Absolutely. So. Well, here's hoping that this one goes off without a hitch again.
Oh, I agree.
Thank you for talking to me, and you can get back to work and take this out to the site.
And we're moving out very shortly.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
More News Leader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Spring cleaning has begun at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. With rebates and incentives up to $10,000 and 0% financing available on select models, now is the time to buy. Russell Barnett Ford is offering top dollar for your trade during the spring cleaning sales event. Stop by one of our locations, Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency Trane cooling units with some special financing through the end of June. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Jim spoke with Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell earlier this week about scammers in our area and what you should do to prevent yourself from becoming a victim.
Scams have always been around, but they become a little more refined. And, and with technology, you know, they become more advanced. And recently I had the opportunity to actually listen to one of these scams try to be perpetrated. A friend of mine called me on one evening and was telling me that he was at a particular store buying some of these green dot cards, $1,500 worth. He'd gotten a phone call, he'd won this nationally known sweepstakes. And I want to be careful not to mention it, because and that all he had to do was have this $1,500, and I said, don't do it, this is a scam. And I tried to explain to him over the phone, but then I asked that one question, did you enter this contest? He said, yes. So, okay, well, there goes. Usually that's the first giveaway. You didn't enter the contest. But so I agreed to get dressed and to go meet him at his house and just kind of be with him when they called back. And sure enough, the scammers called back. And for about 45 minutes, we played with this scammer just to see, you know, how they tried to perpetrate it and to what ends would they go to. And it was really quite interesting. In a nutshell, they wanted him to go get three $500 cards that you load money onto. Then take it back. They would call him. They said they were in an adjoining town. They could be there in 15 minutes. They even went so far as to say, get your lawyer and even call the police to come over when we're there to make sure everything is good. So on the surface, they making it sound pretty rosy. So I got over there, and of course I told him, don't buy anything, don't buy any cards. And so he didn't. And sure as world, they called back and asked, did he get the cards? And he went through this story with them that they didn't have the kind of cards they told him to get, but he had to buy something different and different denominations. And so they kind of went with that. They became flexible and said, well, what kind of card did you buy? Describe it to me. So he, fortunately, when he did go to the store and he looked at some of these cards, so he was able to describe it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they were saying they wanted him to scratch the back of it, the security code. And I told him, you know, here's where the scam is going to start if you had the real cards. Of course, he didn't have anything. So he said, yeah, he scratched them. They asked him how many numbers were on it. He gave them a number. They said, well, that card is a 16-digit code, not a 14-digit code. So, you know, they've done their research. They started at $1,500, and he'd hang up on them, and he said, well, just forget it. They'd call him back 5 minutes later, you know, and pretend to be a different person. They'd have someone else on the phone, kind of like we're moving up the chain, my boss, you know, my manager and everything. So we did this for about 45 minutes. And they originally started at $1,500. By the time we got it down, it was down to $100. They would take $100 to process his winnings of several $1 million and a Mercedes. And he even tried to bait him with, you know, I've got cash. I've got the $1,500 cash. Just come on and I'll give it to you, you know.
Yeah.
And then they made the mistake of saying, we're in your town. And he said, where are you? They gave a street name that was not in Tullahoma.
Right.
So, you know, again, it's like, here's more proof that this is just a scam. Their language was a very heavy accent. Down in Jamaica, Bahama. And the way they spoke, you know, was not like you would expect a professional, a person that represented this big name brand company to speak. And, you know, so trying to show him all those things, they'd have someone a little more professional calling you. And historically, they don't call you, they show up. And, you know, all of a sudden.
Oh, they actually show up? Is that?
Well, I mean,
they say they will.
The real contest.
Oh, yeah.
In the real contest, you know, from what we see on TV.
Right.
But so we went on and on for 45 minutes. He'd cut the call off. They'd call back, and as I said, they'd go from 1,500 down to 100. And all they wanted to do was get him to scratch that card, give him the number, and at the point he would have given him that number, his money was gone.
We'll be right back in a moment after these messages.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Welcome back. The annual Soapbox Derby was held last Saturday in Tullahoma. News leader Bob Payne brings us this video of the winners of the event and even includes a ride down the track from the driver's point of view.
These trophy winners in the 2014 Tullahoma All-American Soapbox Derby. They're on the bridge, headed for the finish line. It is close. It is lane 1, Trinity. They're on the bridge, headed for the finish line. It is lane 1, Trevor Madison. In lane 1 is Cooper. In lane 2 is Ashley. The Masters Division Championship Somebody's going to Akron. They're on the bridge. It is lane 1, Caroline Cooper.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is Precious. Precious is a friendly Labrador mix who entered the shelter as an owner turn-in. She's approximately 10 months old and has had some of her vaccinations. Precious gets along well with other pets and children. She will receive a free spay with the $35 adoption fee. Microchip identification is available to all dogs adopted for a $15 or greater donation to the shelter. For more information and details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society's featured pet this week is Miss Minnie. Miss Minnie is a chubby little black and white terrier who would love to be your new best friend. The shelter also has many other dogs available for the adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2711 or 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society, P.O. Box 252, Manchester, Tennessee 37349. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
We'll be right back in a moment with your weather forecast.
We've got Kias coming out of our ears at Russell Barnett Kia. We've never had this much inventory to choose from, and that means it's a great time to buy. Check out the 2014 Kia Optima, 0% financing available in 60 months, or up to $6,000 off select Kia Sorrentos. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. So come on down and help us clean out our ears at Russell Barnett Kia. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Tonight, look for partly cloudy weather with a low of around 63. On Friday, scattered thunderstorms in your forecast with a high of 78 and a low of 62. Partly cloudy weather on tap for Saturday with a high of 81 and a low of 64. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a good night.